Day 111. Still here. Oh man. Can't believe it sometimes. Share this video with y'all. Um, you know what? Let me put the title of this video. I'm gonna put it up here. Hold up in the banner. There we go. Wow. Women dating younger men. Is it good or bad? That's what we're talking about right now. I'm gonna play this video.
I mean, we've talked about this, that often I date younger men. And a lot of it is because...
Let's stop on that, folks.
Oh my God, we had a great dinner. We had a great dinner, by the way. We're across the...
Just to start off, I don't like how Michelle Obama was so gun-ho about that. Like she was just praising her too much for it. Like, come on, Michelle. Like you married. I don't know if Barack is younger, older. I'm assuming they're around the same age. Even if he is younger, by younger men in this, they really talking about like way younger. You know what I mean? But I don't like that. I know it doesn't. I ain't married to her, but that's not a good image to just be putting out there. Like, why you happily married? Why are you so happy about what she's doing? Is she getting young dick? Like, come on now. That's not a good look. Let's keep it going though.
Table, your husband goes, but why? And I said, well, maybe because I can.
Yes, Harish. This is what I'm saying. Tales from Tracy's.
It's fun. It's very fun to share.
Tracy tale.
But
I'm sorry.
But one of the reasons, though, that because I had to ask myself that question, I was like,
it seemed like Michelle is kind of living vicariously through Tracy Ellis Ross.
what is this about?
Yeah.
Because I want a partner. And so often, and it's not just that I'm older, I'm also very embodied. I am a full, very whole person who knows myself, who is in charge of my life, and who lives a very full, just robust life. So it's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But I had to ask myself the question, why? Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous? There's that. Reasons. I mean,
that's all it is. I'm trying to figure out how is it she don't understand that. Like, you're literally, you got everything in order as far as financially, your career, like, you're living a good life. You don't need a man to provide for you at all. You live in a time where even protection from a man is not the same as it used to be. So you got security systems, all of that stuff. You can buy all of these things. So it's not the same. So you living your life and you're hooking up with men who you feel is, how she said, quote, hot and gorgeous or young, whatever she said. So let's keep it. It's another part to this.
A lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize and I have no interest in it and I will not do it again. A lot of men my age,
I'm going to replay this one part again that she said,
are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that.
So why, the way it's supposed to look, why has it got to be toxic masculinity? I'm not understanding why it has to be toxic masculinity. It stems from a place of how it used to be where, provision and protection was more of a necessity back then. Or that's how they was taught. Maybe not even just 50 years ago, but from their parents. So, that's all it is. And really, she's in a position now where she doesn't need a man for anything. That's all it is. Like, and she just realized that. And there's nothing wrong with that. If she feels that way, that's great. More power to her. But to just say it's toxic masculinity, I hate, you notice all the labels seem to come from women. They want to label everything. Everybody's narcissistic, toxic masculinity, misogynist, even though there's misandrous or misandry, whatever, however you pronounce it, but which is the opposite. The sassy shit, the this, the that. It's so much, but it's always women coming up with these labels, always trying to label somebody. But this toxic, it's toxic masculinity. I don't know, that's bullshit. Because that's like saying, I can't even fix my words to say it's toxic femininity. But femininity in itself is not toxic. It is what it is. Masculinity is not toxic. It is what it is. It's not that it's toxic. Neither one are toxic. It's people are toxic, but neither one are toxic. Masculinity is a necessity. Femininity is a necessity. We come together, we balance each other out. Neither one is toxic. The people are toxic. They just happen to be either masculine or feminine.
For me, yeah. I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize and I have no interest in it, and I will not do it again. A lot of men my age.
Listening to him, I feel like from what he's saying, how he's moving, how he's talking about it, you want to manipulate. You want someone that's easy to control.
Women are very upset when men have standards and preferences. When I see that clip, I hear a man who has preferences on women.
This is something different. This is where I got the Instagram video from, but he's addressing some stuff. But I'm going to talk about some stuff that they saying too.
A lot of women basing it on younger women.
That's his preference.
Yeah.
Just like how y'all base quality of men off of their height without and even money. Knowing them and money. That's his preference. And what happens is a lot of women feel disqualified by what he said because they might not be in that age bracket. So now they feel like, damn.
Basically, what the purpose of this video of what they're talking about is how it's celebrated when older women date younger men, but judge when older men do the same. You know what I'm saying? Which is something I'm gonna touch on too, because it's another part to this that he says something that's very important. But
like I feel disqualified. Like not be judging off their height, not even the quality of man. How they gonna treat you?
Listening to him.
Do you understand anything about male nature? We're just attracted to beauty. We're attracted to fertility. We're attracted to peace. And sometimes you tend to find those qualities in younger women. The older women normally do come with the baggage. They might come with the kids. They might, come with the same shit mentality. When he says, your young women give me grace, it's easier. They're more cooperative. A lot of women on this show says, I need a man that I can learn from. You can learn something, obviously, when you're younger and the guy is much older, you're more willing to compromise. You're more willing to compromise and follow his lead. This is universal across the world. Like, men have always been attracted to younger women, just like how women have been historically attracted to older men. If you understand anything about male nature, we're just...
I know you guys heard of like the Marcus Houston situation. That's
all right. That part is not important.
Attracted to beauty. We're attracted to...
I don't think necessarily that
fertility. We're attracted to peace. And
that a younger woman is going to bring you more peace per se. I don't believe that to be true. Because she's going to want to be outside. You know what I'm saying? That's not peaceful. She's going to want to do a whole bunch of shit. Sometimes peace is just staying in the fucking crib. You feel what I'm saying? Not being outside all the time. That's peaceful. So I don't believe that she's going to bring it. It's the beauty. The fertility as well, if the man is looking to have kids. But it's the beauty mainly that men are looking at. And usually when they're younger, they're more beautiful. I mean, even Tracy Ellis Ross, she said, youth is beauty in youth. And we all know that, both men and women. Men just tend to still be more attractive as they get older because we get a different type of look, a more distinct, more not elegant, but just a different look. I ain't gonna say elegant because that's more of like a woman thing. But we get a different look, a different level of masculinity and authority and power. It's just a different look. But we all know that it like the salt and pepper thing sometimes can be very attractive to women. Men are not usually looking at women saying the salt and pepper is attractive, you know. But that's the trade-off. As I said in a video a long time ago, women really benefit a lot early in their life, and men tend to benefit a little bit more. We get more of what we want later, they get more of what they want early. And then it trades off because everything is in balance. It has to be that way. It can't just be all the older women and all the older men are getting everything. No. And it can't be the young women and the young men. So when one is getting, the other is not getting as much. And then it begins to do this. And that's just the natural order. It has to have the balance. Somebody has to be getting more than the other. So older men typically going to have more. Why? Because we have resources. We have more resources. And what do we want when we get those resources? We want younger, beautiful women, right? But the crazy thing is, historically, like he said, women are typically attracted to older men. Women are, I want y'all to let this sink in. Women are attracted to older men. Women typically want older men. Even if the older man, it don't have to be older, like 15, 20 years older, but women typically don't want, and it starts from high school. How many high school girls you know was dating dudes that was 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, 23 sometimes, 24. You know what I'm saying? How many high school boys you know was dating 23-year-old women? It's not happening. And every now and again, when it does happen, that's an anomaly, but it's not regular. It was hard for boys to get girls their age at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because the maturity level, whatever. Sometimes it's not even the maturity level, because usually the women do mature faster in some manners, but in some manners they don't, because they never really had to work on their character as much as men do, because they never really told as much as they should think. So they don't have to work on their character, especially the more beautiful she is. But at the end of the day, what happened, those boys were trying to get some of those girls, like 16, 17-year-old boys trying to get 16, 17-year-old girls, and couldn't get it because we competing with a 23, 24-year-old drug dealer who was preying on those young teenage girls, right? So we couldn't compete. And women typically like older men. I don't know too many women that usually date down in age. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe when they hit Tracy Ellis Ross's age, then they looking for it. But like I said, even with her, the youth, she still wants, she said, why does she do it? Partially because they hot and gorgeous, in her words, right? They're younger and they look good, because the look is in the youth. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why people try to preserve their youth, because if you looked as good when you were older, then you wouldn't care about trying to preserve it. But most of the time you look better as you look better at a younger age, and you start to decline. And the whole thing is trying to hold on to your beauty. That's what the women want. So they want the older guy, right? Back to that. They want the older guy. They want the older guy, but yet they judge the guy for getting a younger woman. Well, how is it going to work? How are you going to get the older guy if the older guy doesn't want the younger woman? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You want the older guy, but imagine if older guys are like, yo, I don't want no younger women. Then you'll never be able to get the older guy. See what I'm saying? It only becomes a problem once the woman hits an older age, and now she's no longer sought after. And then the thing is, if she's in her 40s or in her 50s, she don't want the 63-year-old man, because he's now old. He can't hit it right. You know what I'm saying? He got to pop a pill every time he wants to. His back is messed up. His knees is messed up. He can't do nothing with it. So now she wants the younger guy. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want her. You had your time to secure the guy that you really want when you were younger. And you either did, and then later on it didn't work out, or you was having too much fun, and then you didn't want to get tied down. Now that you're older, now you're trying to find that guy. And now you got this slim pickings, because now the guy you get, you got to hope that he is, you know, a handsome 40-year-old, you know, a handsome 40-year-old, you know what I mean? Such as myself. young and vibrant still at 40, you know? So, but that's not happening as often, you know what I'm saying? So you have less to choose from. But that's all it is. Like when you think about it, it's like, why get mad at a man who wants a younger woman when younger women typically want older men? When you was in your 20s, you didn't want when you was 24, 25, 26, you didn't typically want a 23-year-old, 24-year-old. You probably wanted that 28, 29, 30-year-old, 31-year-old, 32-year-old. You know, if he didn't want you because he don't want younger women, then you would never be able to get him. So now, women dating younger men, is it good or bad? I don't find anything wrong with it. If that's what you want to do, then do it. More power to you. You know what I mean? More power to you. But I will say this. And Tracee Ellis Ross's thing that she's talking about, I guarantee you she can't find no real connection with none of these guys. They just blowing her back out and then that's it. She might be able to keep them around for a little while because she has resources, right? She has money. So as a younger man dating a millionaire woman who's still fairly, attractive, she got a nice little body on her still and everything, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to really do anything because she said it in the video. She has everything. She's experienced so much. She's well-rounded. So I don't have to do nothing to try to impress her. I don't have to take her on trips. I don't have to do anything. All I got to do is be available and bust her down when she wants it. Make sure it's good. That's it. But she ain't making no real connections, and that's all this dude's going to use it for. They get to probably, if they busting her down good, she dealing with her for a while, they get to ride around in her car and pick up other younger women. That's the reality of it. And ain't no escaping it. This ain't no, oh no, that's how it is. If you're a lady watching, that's how it is. There's no escaping what I'm saying. There's no men that's going to be really disagreeing outside of your 1 to 2 Derek Jacksons of the world and those simp ass dudes that be saying stuff just to pander to women. But the reality is when you play that game, you're going to play it for a long time and then you're never going to really make a real connection. But do what you want. It's okay. I'm not telling you it's bad. I'm just letting you know the truth. And the truth is you're not going to really make that real connection with any men. It's not going to be any real substance. And you'll never be able to really settle down. Because for one, the more bodies she accumulate, the less connection she's going to be able to make. And I guarantee you at her age, she has her age in bodies. Because you're not going to have any long lasting relationships with guys this 10, 15 years, you're a junior, excuse me. It's not going to happen. They're not going to last that long. They can't show her anything. She has everything. She's done everything. She's on TV. She's traveled. She's done too much. She's met celebrities. So only thing they really could do is just blow her back out. That's it. What are they providing for her? Security, no. Provision, no. Guidance, no. She said, I'm well-rounded. So why does she keep doing it? You doing it because you like to fuck. That's what it is. You like to have sex with younger men. No, hey, do your thing. She might live the rest of her life like that. When you got some money, you'll be able to get some men to knock it down. She'll turn into a sugar mama, but she'll still be able to get that because there's some dudes down bad, and they're like, "Yo, I could come up because I could use this to get the women that I really want," and that's all it ever will be. It's not going to be any real connections. So it's not bad. It's not good. It is what it is. It's whatever the person wants to make it. But I'm still disappointed in Michelle Obama. Till the next time, peace.